Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and today we have a new video, and today's first story comes from primusprime 22. Now, I don't know how many of you know him. He's a sort of a small YouTuber, does Transformers stuff, but recently on Twitter, he exposed MC the Lays Boy. That's right, and he exposed him as being Sergeant Slaughter. Now, this is absolutely insane, guys. Hey, what's up everybody, primusprime here, bringing you another, Katawa Shoujo episode. I haven't done an introduction here for so long. Last episode, we got the origin story of Hanako, how she didn't have half her face burned off being district attorney, instead she was in a fire. And we just started Act 3, I think? Castling, so let's get into this. The tint of the room slowly changes from the shine of the afternoon to the orange of dusk. A clock lazily ticks away the seconds, counting in the background on the verge of hearing. But no matter how long I wait, the outcome cannot be changed. The diminutive playing piece makes a small click against the board. We're in one of those chess tournaments? Like a wound spring, Hanako makes her move only moments after mine. Yeah, we playing that chess, playing that mind games. It's embarrassing. In comparison to my 5-minute moves, she seems to know exactly what she wants to do. Mate! Mate, I'll beat you up so hard! Like, mate, I swear on me, Mum! Again, what does that make this? 3-2? Stalemates don't count. Darn, you're getting better at this every day. That, or she's been holding back. I'd never have thought it when I first met her, but she really has a knack for this game. Chess seems to have become a popular pastime for the two of us, hiding away in the tea room, playing a game or two after classes. From here, the students outside can just barely be heard miling about. Or milling about? I've never seen that word. The everyday noises from below remind me of a little of my life before Yamaku, though I'm by now well aware that it's a life I'll never get back to. Fancy another game? Fancy another game? I had to finish my homework. Oh, well, I'll see you tomorrow then. But what about this? Hanako points to the tea set surrounding the mostly empty chessboard. Don't worry about that, I've got it. Oh, okay. Gotta get that homework done, Hanako, or else you'll fail at life. See you! That being said, I probably should be doing some homework right now. Later. Hanako departs as I start cleaning up the area. The occasional whistles and cheers from the sporting clubs outside become less frequent, eventually approaching silence. A part of me still wants to be in some kind of team. Since I played soccer and other sports before my accident, I guess it's only normal to feel nostalgic about what I can't do anymore. But I have other reasons that for my coming here so often. Other reasons that for my coming here so often. I can read, trust me. And I don't feel so bad about losing that part of myself because of them. Lily is a good friend by now, but it's the small exchanges I have with Hanako that feel especially dear. The small victories I feel every day as I see more of what she's like under her self-imposed shell. That's why I come here most of all. As I'm putting away my cups and saucers, I hear talking outside the door. Pausing for a moment to listen, I can make out that it's Hanako and Lily, and decide to go outside to investigate. Let's see what these people are up to. Let's be a Sherlock Holmes. Aha! I've discovered you. Why, Hisao, what are you doing here? Well, can't you see? No, I can't see. That was horrible. Are you quite sure? I'm sure. Hisao. You know, as Hanako is more frequent in this game, that voice is going to get real annoying real fast. Hanako turns to see me with a look of mild surprise as she notices my approach. Lily must have caught her just as she was about to leave. Oh my, Hisao is here as well? Afternoon, Lily. What's up? I was hoping, now that I've finished with my class representative duties for the day, that I might have the two of you accompany me for tea at the Shanghai. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves outside of school for a change. I'd be up for it. I think Hanako had work to do, though. It's not all that much. Wonderful. It's things were decided then. Oh, so you have too much homework to play chess with me, but now you don't have enough to go to Shanghai. Okay, I see how it is. Oh, shutter transition. Oh, like that little camera pan. I cast my eyes across the cafe as the three of us step in. As usual, there are only a handful of people around at most, and the noise level is a quiet background hum. The hold Lily has on Hanako's arms remains just as it has been for the entire slow walk down the hill to the local town, though it is hard to say for which reason, for Lily's guidance or for Hanako's reassurance. For a moment, Lily removes her arm from Hanako to retract her cane as Yuko quickly skitters over to where we stand, but soon replaces it right back where it had been.
Welcome to the Shanghai. May I take your order?
Was that a bow? Yeah, that was a bow. Okay. Every time I bow, I go... yeah, I sink into the ground. She gives a deep bow, her well-delivered and professional introduction putting her in a good mood. It's a nice change from the norm for Yuko. Yeah. Just tea, please. Hanako? Hisao? I'll have a slice of pie and a coffee. Just tea, please. I'm sorry, we don't use normal voices here.
Coming right up. Please take any seat you wish, and I'll be back shortly.
Yuko gives a smile and a nod before shuffling to the counter, and we make our way to some empty tea sets by the window. Some empty seats by the window in quick measure. Where did I read tea sets? Oh boy. Well, having a nice animation, I guess. Not too much of an animation, but you know what I mean. We slip into our seats. The girls on one side with Lily's cane propped up beside them, and I on the other. I realize that Hanako is not doing something that she so often does. What? I realize that Hanako's not doing something that she so often does. Okay. I can comprehend English as well, you know? Rather than keeping her eyes pinned to the ground and hiding behind her blind escort, busily trying to convince herself that the world around them doesn't exist, she's merely keeping her eyes low and helping Lily around. I like to convince the world doesn't exist. Convince myself the world doesn't exist. Are you okay, Lily? You look tired. She lowers her head a little, looking somewhat embarrassed that she let it show. Class representative work can be very tiring, considering that it often means dealing with the student council. Very tiring indeed.
How do the other representatives go?
Better than I, but not by much. Shizune is a hard taskmaster, no matter whom she deals with. It doesn't sound like you particularly relish the job. Why do you do it in the first place if it's that bad? Being a class representative is enjoyable, and I can deal with the responsibility well enough. It's just that the people involved are sometimes... She trails off, cutting her words at a rather opportune spot. It would be hard to imagine Lily cursing, but I imagine that if anyone can make her do so, it would be Shizune. Yep. Hanako looks to be withering a bit in the light of such conflict, but before I can steer the topic away a little, she stands up. Hanako? I almost give her a Yuko voice. I'll be back in a bit. Vroom, and then she's gone. And with that, she leaves for the restrooms. I suppose that's one way to deal with the situation, if that was indeed her motivation. Lily, however, looks a little wounded. Don't worry about it, I don't think it was you. But I think she's been getting stronger recently. You've seen it yourself, right? You've seen it yourself? Yeah, you know... That went a bit awry. Or awry? I've never seen that word. Fortunately, Lily doesn't look offended, and by now, I really shouldn't be quite so scared of stepping on that landmine around her. Possibly. Sometimes, I find it hard to tell, though. Mostly because I can't see, Hisao! Silence reigns for a moment before 2 teacups, a pie, and a mug of steaming coffee appear in front of us. I notice that Yuko takes special care to place a teacup against the tip of Lily's fingers, letting her know where it is.
Here you go.
Thanks, Yuko. Thank you. With a quick and silent bow, the bespectacled waitress takes her leave. Ah, that's right. I was meaning to ask you something, and now would be the right time to do so. I'm all ears. Hanako's birthday is coming up, and I was hoping that you might accompany me for present shopping in the city this weekend. Oh, it's Hanako's birthday. Hanako's birthday is soon. I suppose it would be a nice chance to cheer her up a bit. Like Yuko, she always seems to be teetering on the edge of either panic or depression, and I've never seen her enjoy herself much outside of our chess game. Ah, depression. I have crippling depression. All that aside, learning the layout of the city better with a friend keeping me company sounds like a good way to spend the weekend. Sure, I'd be happy to. Have you got any plans for what to do for her birthday? A party or anything? I don't think she would like a party. I don't like parties. I've never had a birthday party. Hanako being Hanako, perhaps a low-key affair would be. Lily suddenly cuts herself short, leaving me to wonder why she brings her teacup to her lips and begins to sip. After a few seconds, I notice Hanako walking up to us over her shoulder. Lily's hearing must be very good indeed if it was the sound of the restroom door opening that tipped her off. Oh wow, amazing. Hanako takes her seat once again and wastes no time in drinking her tea. Soon the three of us are quietly eating and drinking as the sun sets. It's a nice way to spend the remainder of the day's light, and it makes me appreciate the quiet and serene surroundings of Yamaku. I think I'm really beginning to like life here, as isolated as it may be. I finish off the last of my coffee and rest the mug on the table while the girls talk between themselves. The coffee here is a bit bitter for my taste, but still quite good. Better than what I can make for myself in any case. Let me tell you, I can't make coffee, but I can make a mean hot pocket. Know what I'm saying? I said know what I'm saying too many times. The girls' discussion is mainly focused on their respective reading preferences, which does give me a little curiosity about a related topic. Hey Hanako, I was just wondering, aside from chess and reading, do you have any hobbies or things you like doing? She's completely stopped in her tracks, looking quite surprised that anyone would be interested in asking such a question about her. It takes her a little time to formulate a response. I guess I like singing a little. I'm okay with the computers as well, but I don't use them all that much. I like computers. I use computers sometimes. I can open OBS sometimes. You know how long it took me to make OBS work. And as for singing, oh boy, let me tell you, I can sing. And breaking inside, even though a new game is about to be released. No good, I'll just have to go by the words of Mean King Shia LaBeouf. Singing is not exactly something I expected to hear. It's hard to imagine her singing voice, given how soft-spoken she is. Yes, how soft-spoken she is! Lily, on the other hand, simply nods. She must already know all this, since she's been friends with Hanako for 1 year or so by now. What about you? Me? She hesitates, or quickly flicking her head up and down. It's only logical that she'd want me to talk about my hobbies after she's told me hers. There's chess, obviously, but also, there was soccer as well, though I can't really do that anymore. Reading, which I picked up in the hospital, Lily's like, really? Is that all? Honestly, how many hobbies are people supposed to have? Because this sounds like that sounds like a fair set for me. I mean, to me, I don't have much hobbies. I do YouTube, I do language learning, I do karate, I do Transformers, I do DC comics sometimes. This is surprisingly hard. Lily and Hanako look a little put off by the direction this is taking. The more I think about it, the more I am too. It sounds as if you've picked up quite a few things since your accident. Lily's candor is coated with probably the most positive spin one could put on what I said. Hanako, however, is silent. If a situation becomes difficult, her reaction always seems to be withdrawing into silence in order to prevent things getting worse, then or physically retreating. Oh boy. A soft ring gives us pause. As Lily was that a cell phone ring? That sounds like something like a big thing you'd find like sitting on a desk that you have to pick up. That didn't sound like a cell phone. That being said, I haven't heard much cell phones, actually. A soft reaching gives us pause. As Lily reaches into her pocket, it becomes obvious that the sound's coming from her phone. Sorry, and she pulls out this huge thing, like full set, and has to pick up the thing. It's okay. Lily gives a quick nod before shuffling out of her seat to find an outlet to plug in the phone and call a little distance away to avoid disturbing both of us. Must be nice to be popular. Hanako smiles but doesn't take up the hook for further discussion. And then I black out. I end up just sitting back and closing my eyes, relaxing as best as I can. It's nice and peaceful here. I wonder what it'd be like to have grown up somewhere like this rather than in the city. You come from the city? Looks like I found something she wants to talk about. Oh god, I opened my eyes in a flash. Yeah, you could say I was a city kid through and through. It sounds like a lot changed. It did. I'm still not quite sure what to make of it all, though. It's a bit of a culture shock in more ways than one. You must have gone through something like this when you first arrived at Yamaku, right? I'd imagine most new students would. Not really. Hanako gazes a little to the side, looking unwilling to go on. I tilt my head inquisitively, but a couple of seconds pass with no further answer. Oh, that's a new sprite. Haven't seen that sprite before. But can't we deal with that on Monday? The fallout has hardly settled from the last. I understand. I'll try to talk her down. You know what she's like when she gets locked onto an idea. Yes, thank you. I'll talk to you later then. Goodbye. She's probably scheming to take down Shizune. Know what I'm saying? Lily's conversation ends with the snap of her phone closing. She returns to our table, but doesn't take her seat. Need to go? Unfortunately, class representative work calls once again. I can come with you. It's alright, Hanako. I'll just be going straight to the student council. There's no need to spoil a fine evening on my account. Besides, if you were to accompany me on my way back to the school, who would keep our poor Isao company? Okay. I can join you for tea again later tonight if you'd like. I may well need it. We agree on that plan, and Lily says her farewells to both of us, taking her cane after Hanako passes it to her. Despite my offer to pay for Lily's share, she insists on giving us her portion of the bill and gives her regard to Yuko as she takes her leave. And then we're alone. It may be all well and good to leave Hanako and me alone to have some time together, but it typically means the two of us sitting near each other in silence for a while. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we'll continue this awkward alone time with Hanako. And, we're going to see how more socially awkward Hanako is and how more like she is in me in real life, which is concerning. So, yeah, guys, follow me on social media for updates. We have a Discord server up if you want to check that out. And have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.